Hello students, welcome back to our biology class. In our last class we were discussing about the male reproductive system while we were learning about the process of human reproduction. Okay, so in our today's class we are going to discuss the another most important part which takes part in human reproduction, that is the female reproductive system. Okay, so in our today's class the topics that we will be going through are structure of a female reproductive system, parts of a female reproductive system, female sex hormones and fertilization. Okay, so first of all students, let us take a look into the structure of the female reproductive system, how the female reproductive system looks like. So this is a diagram that shows the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system, the most important part are the ovaries. Okay, it consists of a pair of ovaries. These blue color structures which you can see in this diagram, this is called ovary. And since it is present in a pair, that means two are there, so it is called a pair of ovaries. Is it clear? This ovary is the primary sex organ in human females. Okay, this is the primary sex organ. This is the primary sex organ in human females which is going to release the female gamete which is called egg or ovum, that we already know. Okay, egg or ovum, this is released from these ovaries. Is it clear students? So these ovaries are the most important part which is present in a female reproductive system. These ovaries are being connected with a pipe like structure which is also called fallopian tube. Okay, this ovary is connected with a fallopian tube towards the uterus. Fallopian tube, another name is your oviduct. Okay, fallopian tube and oviduct is same. Fallopian tube or oviduct. 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 Okay, O-V-I-D-U-C-T. Oviduct, it is same. So fallopian tube is also called the oviduct. It is a tubular structure which carries the ovum which is produced in the ovary and it brings to the uterus. Okay, so these ovaries are responsible for releasing of egg or ovum. This oviduct or the fallopian tube is going to bring the ovum and it will bring it to the uterus. So the third part is the uterus. Uterus is also called the womb of the mother. This is the place where inside a female body where the baby grows, where the human baby grows. So this uterus is also called the womb of the mother. Okay, it is also called womb. It is also called womb of the mother. Then the uterus is being connected to an outer opening which is called vagina. It is connected to an outer opening. This opening is called your vagina. Is it clear students? So if you see the diagram in detail again, you will see that these ovaries are connected to the fallopian tube and this is connected through a funnel like shape. Okay, it's like a funnel shaped and then it is connected to the fallopian tube which is connected to the uterus. The uterus has different kind of linings. Okay, walls you can say. That walls, those walls are called uterus lining. Okay, and the uterus when it ends or when the portion where it becomes narrow, this narrow portion it is called cervix, and then it connects itself to the vagina. And these ovaries that are being hanged in nearby in the female reproductive system, they do not hang simply. Okay, they are being connected towards the other parts of the female reproductive system by a small ligament. This ligament is called ovarian ligament. Okay, this is going to connect. Is it clear students? So these are the different parts of a female reproductive system in brief, and this is the structure of a female reproductive system. A point is to be noted here is that the entire female reproductive system, it is present inside the body of the female. Okay, inside the body of a woman or a lady. But in case of male reproductive system, you found there are some structures which are also present outside the abdominal cavity. But these things, they are generally present inside the women. For your better conceptual understanding, you can also note down the different parts of the female reproductive system. Those are a pair of ovaries, fallopian tube or oviduct, uterus, cervix and vagina. Okay, so don't confuse between cervix and vagina. Cervix is the portion where the uterus becomes narrow and it goes out towards the outlet, and that is called vagina. Is it clear? So this vagina is the portion through which a mother or a woman gives birth to the baby. Okay, when the delivery is a normal delivery rather than a C-section delivery. Is it clear? Now students, in our earlier classes we have learned about puberty, is not it? So now you have come to know that these ovaries are the primary sexual organs which is going to release the female gamete, and which we call the egg or the ovum. So it will be released from this ovary. Okay, that means ovary produces egg or ovum. So when an ovary is able to produce ovum, is it like this, that this ovary produces ovum once the woman attains puberty, or it produces ovum since childhood? What do you think? What may be the answer here in this case? This is quite interesting, is not it? So let me tell you here what happens is that this ovary, it contains numbers of eggs when the girl is even in the childhood. Okay, when the girl is in her childhood stage, at that time only this ovary is going to contain numbers of eggs, but those eggs are immature eggs. Okay, those are immature eggs or immature ovum. Okay, but before puberty the girl is going to have immature eggs inside her ovary, immature eggs. Okay, as soon as the girl reaches puberty, or she starts experiencing menstrual cycle, then at the time what happens, this ovum or the egg, they start becoming mature. Is it clear? Once the girl attains puberty, or once she is able to menstruate, since then what will happen, the ovum which is present inside this ovary, they will start maturing, and after maturation they will start released. Okay, earlier before puberty this ovum, they are inside the ovary but they do not come out. But as soon as the girl experiences puberty, this one of them ovum or one ova is going to mature, or one egg is going to mature, and that egg is going to come out through this fallopian tube to the uterus. Okay, so why this happens? Because this ovum which is coming out through this fallopian tube and falling in the uterus, this is actually a female gamete, and it comes in the hope that once it is fertilized, it will give birth to a baby. Is it clear? So that's why it is not such that ovums are produced or eggs are produced only when the girl attains puberty, but ovum is already there since her childhood, but it starts getting matured once she attains puberty. Okay, so this is a very interesting fact, students. So let us see about the female reproductive system which is present in human. The female germ cells or eggs are made in the ovaries. Okay, so ovaries are responsible to prepare these female germ cells, or which are also called eggs, and a pair of which is located in the both side of the abdomen. That means in the abdomen, in both sides of the abdomen, one pair of ovaries are being located. When a girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. As soon as the girl child is born, this ovary is going to contain thousands of immature eggs. But those, since I told you, their eggs will be there since beginning, but these eggs will be immature. At the time of puberty, some of these eggs starts maturing. One egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. Okay, so all these thousands of eggs which are there since the girl was born, this will start maturing once the girl attains puberty, and after in every month one egg will be mature and it will be released from the ovum after every month. Okay, within, suppose this month one ovum is released, next month another ovum is going to become mature and it will release. Okay, so see students, already you know that there are so many ovums present inside the ovary. So is it unlimited? Will it never finish, or it is going to finish which is there in the ovary? Here it is very interesting that the ovums which are present inside the ovary, these are going to finish sometime. Okay, these are going to finish because these ovum are those ovums which are present since the birth of the child, since the birth of the girl child. Okay, since childhood it is present inside that particular girl. So every month if it releases one, after puberty every month it releases one, once a time will come that she will finish all her ovums. Okay, and as soon as she finishes everything, she will stop having the power of giving birth to a child. No more children she is able to give birth. Okay, this happens in a woman in generally you can say 50 to 55 years of age. When a woman reaches the age of 50 to 55 years, she stops experiencing the release of ovum. That means she stops experiencing the power which she has in order to give birth to a baby. Okay, if ovum is not there, she cannot be fertilized because it is the female gamete. Okay, ovum are of limited quantity, it is present, and as soon as a woman reaches 50 to 55 years of age, she loses her capacity to give birth to a baby. But in case of male, it is not like that. Males can produce sperms whole life, entire life a male can produce sperms. Is it clear? The egg which gets mature in the ovary every month, it is being carried to the womb. Womb means uterus, and how it is being carried? By a fallopian tube. Okay, there are two fallopian tubes, and these look like, and they go and they are tubular structure, and they will end into a bag like structure, and this bag is like in an elastic form. Okay, elastic bag like structure, and this bag is called uterus, which you already saw in this diagram. Okay, these fallopian tubes, it is going to carry the ovum, and it will let the ovum to fall here in the uterus. This uterus is like an elastic bag like structure, elastic bag. Okay, so what did you understand by this term, students? Elastic bag. If it is elastic, that means you can expand the uterus. This uterus can grow in size, and even it can contract also. It can contract as well as it can relax. That means it can reduce in size and as well as it can grow in size. That's why what happens when a baby is growing inside the uterus, as soon as it starts growing, the mother, she starts developing her big belly. Okay? Big belly or stomach. The mother's stomach or belly, abdominal portion, it starts growing because of this reason, because of the baby. And what grows actually? The uterus grows. Actually, the uterus starts growing, because of which the mother, once she gets pregnant, she starts developing her belly. Is it clear? The uterus, it goes and opens into vagina through the cervix. Okay, so this uterus, where it is going to end? It is going to end into the vagina, and through which it is going to end? It is going to end via the cervix. Okay, so this is all about the structure of female reproductive system. Now let us know how this female reproductive system works when a woman has to give birth to a baby, or how it works if she doesn't get pregnant. Okay, so every month what is going to happen? This ovary is going to release an ovum. Let us take this dot to be an ovum, this red color structure. Okay, so this is going to release, and what will the fallopian tube do? It is going to catch this ovum, and it is going to bring the ovum here. Slowly it will be coming towards the uterus. So in this whole process, when it is coming, if the ovum is on the way here, suppose the ovum has reached here. Okay, let me draw. Suppose the ovum has reached here, and at the same time, if the woman, she experiences sexual intercourse. Okay, at the same time, if she undergoes sexual intercourse, then what is going to happen? The sperms, they are going to enter through the vagina of the woman. The sperms are nothing but these are the male gametes, and this ovum, it is the female gamete, which is present inside the female body. And these sperms are not present inside the female body. These are going to come from outside, from the male reproductive system. Okay, if she experiences sexual intercourse, at the time the sperms will enter the vagina, and then it is going to swim towards the uterus, and while swimming it will go and it will reach the fallopian tube. Okay, and while swimming and reaching at this point of time, when the sperms and the ovum, they are going to meet together at this point in the fallopian tube itself, if it is going to meet together, then what will happen? Fertilization will occur. That means the union of both this sperms and ovum. Is it clear? The union of both this sperms and ovum will occur. That means what is going to happen? So at this point of time, the sperms and ovum, they are going to unite and they are going to form the zygote, which we also call as the baby or the child. Okay, so this is not produced only because of the father, and from the father and mother, both of them contribute to give birth to this zygote or baby. So this process of union of the sperm and ovum, that is the male gamete and the female gamete together, is called fertilization. Only after fertilization, a mother, she conceives and she can give birth to a baby. So students, if you see fertilization, you can see from this image, okay. At the same time, numbers of sperms are going to enter the mother's uterus or the mother's vagina, but all the sperms, they are not able to fertilize the ovum. Ovum, it looks very much bigger as compared to sperms, as you have already got this in your earlier classes. Sperms looks like a circular structure which has a tail and it can swim, okay. Ovum, it is bigger in size and it cannot swim, and it remains static. This ovum, it is the female reproductive gamete, and the sperms, it is the male reproductive gamete or male gamete. The sperms, they are going to enter the vagina and they are going to enter towards this ovum, and then they are going to fertilize the ovum. So here if you see in this structure, you will be able to see that 4 sperms are struggling hard to get inside the ovum, okay, but all of them are not successful. You see, this is there still far away, first one. Second one has tried to reach here. Third one, it is breaking the wall of the ovum. And fourth one, it has already broken and it has already gone. Okay, so once one sperm enters into the ovum, the pathway for the other sperms, it is being blocked. Now these 3, they are not able to enter. So this is the one who has become successful. Why this happens, students? Only one male gamete is required in order to fertilize the female gamete. Since one female gamete is there, one egg, this is one egg or ovum, only one sperm is required to fertilize. Okay, numbers of sperms are not required. So once one sperm enters into the ovum, the pathway for the others are cancelled. Once it enters, its tail also, it gets detached from the body of its cell. If you want to see here, you can see clearly that as soon as the sperm nucleus entered, this tail, it got detached. So why this tail is required then? You already know that sperms, they are foreign bodies. They are not present inside the female reproductive system. Okay, they are foreign bodies and they have to come into the female reproductive system when both male and female, they undergo sexual intercourse. Only then the sperms are going to come inside. So how will they come inside if they are not able to swim? That's why what happens, the sperms, they require tails so that they are able to swim far towards the ovum. Okay, so if they are able to meet the ovum at this point of time, at this place when it is in the fallopian tube, then only it is able to fertilize the ovum. That means then only it is going to give birth to a baby. Okay, so as soon as it fertilizes, it combines to form one particular cell, and which we call zygote. Here this is the nucleus of the ovum, this is the nucleus of the sperm. Now they are going to unite together and they will produce one single cell, and that cell will be called zygote. This zygote is that cell which grows slowly and it will give birth to a baby later on. Okay, that's why in giving birth to a baby, not only a mother, a father is also equally responsible. Okay, that's why we both have 2 parents. That's why the reproduction in human beings or other animals, higher animals, it is called sexual reproduction, because here the contribution of 2 parents are necessary. So now students, when fertilization occurs, after fertilization has occurred, once it has become a zygote, suppose, now both of them has fused together and it has become a zygote. What will happen to this zygote? It will slowly come and it will fall in the uterus. Okay, once it falls in the uterus, once the zygote comes and falls into the uterus, what will happen? The zygote, it will get implanted in the uterus. Implanted means the zygote will go and it will penetrate deep inside the uterus lining. Okay, and then what will happen? It is going to connect its blood cells to the blood cells of the mother. That means, why blood cells of the mother? Because this entire system, it belongs to the mother, is not it? This is happening inside the female body. That means inside the mother. So now what will happen? This zygote, it is going to take all the nutrition from the mother. Okay, whatever the mother takes, whatever she eats, whatever she drinks, everything the zygote is going to carry. And slowly, slowly the zygote is going to grow in size until and unless it remains inside for 9 months. Okay, 9 months that the mother is going to experience the pregnancy tenure. And after 9 months, when it's all the organs are grown completely, including brain, then your heart, liver, everything, kidney, it comes out through the vagina in the form of delivery. Okay, delivery of a baby. Okay, so this is the way how a baby develops. Okay, so now just you take, for example, if this fertilization did not occur, what will happen? If this fertilization did not occur, suppose this ovum was coming but sperms did not come at the time. Ovum, every month ovum is going to get released. Every month it came but sperms did not come. Or the woman, she did not experience any sexual intercourse. No intercourse. No intercourse. So what will happen at that time? If no intercourse is there, what is going to happen is that this ovum, it will come and it will fall in the uterus and slowly it will destroy. It is going to destroy. And after it has been destroyed completely, it is going to come out along with the uterus lining. Okay, this uterus lining or the uterine walls. This uterus, it has its own lining, which this lining becomes thick as soon as the woman experiences ovulation. Ovulation means the ovum comes out. Okay, it gets ready for pregnancy actually. If it is not fertilized, it is going to get destroyed, and along with all these things, it is going to come out through the vagina every month. Is it clear? So this is something which happens if the woman does not get pregnant. So this is the process which we call periods. This is the process which we call periods. Okay. Since that woman, she doesn't experience pregnancy, so she experiences periods. If she gets pregnant, she is not going to have or experience periods until and unless her baby is being born. That's why, students, what happens if the egg is not fertilized? The woman experiences menstruation. This menstruation is nothing but it is the periods or monthly cycle a woman goes through once she attains puberty. Okay. If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. Only for 1 day it is going to live. And then what is going to happen to it is that since the ovary releases 1 egg every month, the uterus also prepares itself for every month to receive a fertilized egg. The uterus, it is also going to prepare itself. As I already told you, the uterus is going to think that ovum is released. So if this lady, she gets pregnant, she'll have to hold a baby. Okay, and holding a baby is not an easy task, since the baby is going to grow slowly, and if the baby grows in size, this uterus will have to be very, very strong in order to hold this baby. If this uterus is not strong, what will happen? This baby, it may slip from the vagina and it may come out, which is very risky and which may cause miscarriage. Okay, so because of that reason, what happens? This uterus lining also, it becomes thick every month as soon as this ovum comes out. So the uterus also prepares itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. Thus its lining also starts becoming thick and it becomes spongy. The lining of the uterus becomes spongy. Okay, this would be required for nourishing the embryo. Why it becomes like that? Because it thinks that if the lady gets pregnant, she'll have to nourish the embryo. Okay, embryo or the baby, if fertilization will take place. Now, however, this lining is no longer needed. If fertilization is not there, what is the requirement of this lining? The lining is not required. And if this lining is going to remain there for a long time, okay, and if the destroyed ovum is also going to remain here for a long time, again in the next month the woman is going to release an ovum. So like this, what will happen? The uterus is going to become full. If every month she releases an ovum, but it doesn't come out, this uterus will get destroyed. So because of that reason, what the woman does is that she will start breaking her own lining of the uterus because she doesn't need it anymore. So the lining slowly breaks and it comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. How it comes out? The destroyed or the unfertilized egg egg which is not fertilized, okay, unfertilized egg, then this uterus lining which is not required now, okay, it breaks along with the blood and mucus. It is going to come out through the vagina every month, and this is called the cycle which takes place every month, and it is also known as menstruation. Okay, and until how many days this menstruation is going to last? It is going to last for about 2 to 8 days. That means some women, they experience menstruation for 2 days, and some women, they may experience menstruation for even 8 days, or you can say periods. Okay, this is the time when every month or after every 28 days a woman experiences the bleeding through her vagina. Okay, what comes out in bleeding actually? It is the unfertilized egg which is not fertilized, uterus lining, it is going to come out. Okay, now it is not required, and blood and mucus. This is going to come out in menstruation. Is it clear, students? But if the woman, she gets fertilized, or if the ovum gets fertilized, she is not going to experience menstruation. So what is going to happen in that case is that the fertilized egg, which you will also call as the zygote, what it is going to do, it will get implanted in the lining of the uterus. Okay, this lining of the uterus, which we already discussed, that it starts growing or it starts developing in order to give nutrition, provide nutrition to a baby. If the woman gets pregnant, or if the woman the egg becomes fertilized, at that time what is going to happen? This egg, it will implant into the lining of the uterus, and now this uterus, it has richly supplied, it will supply blood, and it is going to supply nourishment to the growing embryo. Okay, now if the zygote is not formed, that means if the woman does not get pregnant, the inner wall of the uterus breaks, which causes bleeding through the vagina, and this process is called menstruation, and it occurs at irregular intervals of 28 days. Okay, so you can note this down, students, these are very important. The embryo, how it gets nutrition? Once if she gets pregnant, it will get nutrition from the mother's blood, as we have already discussed, with the help of a special tissue which is called placenta. Okay, so as soon as if it gets the woman experiences pregnancy, this zygote, it will go inside the uterus lining. Okay, and it will start taking all the food, nutrition from the uterus lining, and through which cell it is going to take? Through a special cell. That cell is called placenta. Through a special cell called placenta, placenta, placenta. Okay, through this special cell, it is going to take placenta, it is going to take nutrition. Okay, so this placenta, what it is going to do, it will provide a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from mother to the embryo. Okay, it is going to pass glucose, oxygen from the mother's cell to the embryo. Similarly, all the waste material from the developing embryo, it is also removed by this placenta that is present inside the mother's blood. Okay, since the embryo is growing, the growing embryo, it will produce waste materials as well. If this embryo is growing, it is going to produce waste materials also, since it is a living being. Okay, so these things are also will be removed by the placenta, which is present inside the mother's blood. Okay, it is a blood tissue. It is a tissue that helps in the development of the baby. So this child is going to stay for about 9 months inside the mother's womb, and it will start growing. 9 months, or you can say 36 weeks. For 36 weeks, it is going to develop inside the womb of a mother, and this 36 week of time that the mother experiences, which we call pregnancy, is also called the gestation period. Okay, this gestation period is nothing but it is the pregnancy tenure. Okay, it is the pregnancy tenure. Gestation period is the pregnancy tenure. So how a child is born is that a child is born as a result of, once the child has grown completely up to 36 weeks. So what it will happen, it is going to experience its birth. Okay, how it is going to experience? Through a rhythmic contraction of the muscles of the uterus after 36 weeks of development inside the mother's womb, the child is going to get birth, or it is going to born. Okay, and after this period of gestation period, that means this is the This is the uterus where the child is going to grow slowly, and as soon as the child has completely grown, what this uterus line is going to do, it is going to contract and relax, rhythmic contraction. Once it is going to squeeze itself, okay, it is going to squeeze itself continuously, and because of the squeezing, what will happen, the baby, it will feel a pressure to come outside of the uterus, and in this manner the baby is being born. So students, this birth of a baby or creation of human beings or creation of any animals, how they are born and when they are given birth by their mother, it's just like a magic or a miracle, you can say, okay, because inside a female body when a baby grows, and how much pain a mother has to undergo once she gives birth to a child, it is unbeatable, okay. This pain, when just you think this is such a thin path, okay, such a thin path, if through this a baby is going to come out, how much pain that particular mother may suffer or she may undergo. So this pain is called labor pain, okay, labor pain, and this pain is said to be the most painful pain in the entire world. No other pain, okay, is so much painful as compared to the labor pain in the entire world. Even if you get hurt somewhere also, even if your bones are broken also, it is not compared to the labor pain that a mother experiences when a child is born. So all these things, including menstruation, then when this ovum is being released from the ovary, birth of a child, everything is being controlled by different types of hormones that we have already discussed in our earlier classes, because hormones are the main important army who plays the role in any kind of process, okay. So there are certain hormones which are called as female sex hormones, which will help the mother in order to produce ovum, okay, in different functions like ovum production, then menstruation, okay, menstruation, or when a mother starts developing her, or a girl starts developing her breast, secondary sexual characters, okay, as soon as she reaches puberty, each and everything or production of milk inside the mother, everything it is being done by the female sex hormones. The entire female reproductive system, it is being monitored by these female sex hormones. So what are these? Let us know the names. The names are, first is your estrogen. This is also written as OES. Okay, in some books you will also find it as OESTROGEN. So this is called estrogen. It is a very important female sex hormone. Then second one is your progesterone. It is another important sex hormone in female, and HCG, which we also call as human chorionic gonadotropin. Okay, HCG or human chorionic gonadotropin. So these three are the most important female sex hormones which take part in the development of female reproductive system, and it contributes a lot in the production or in the birth of a child or baby. Okay, so I hope students you have understood whatever we have discussed today in the female reproductive system. I'm hoping all the best that this is going to help you in learning of science or biology in your entire future. Thank you.